another fucked up. You know what? I'm gonna hit record. Let's just let's just wield. Let's wield this conversation and weaponize it. Yeah, this is the Warrior Shrine. We never miss a Bailey week. You know, Temp's here, obviously. Yep, he's here. I'm Django. Yeah, it's okay. It's been a minute, but it's fine. Listen, it's not a big deal. Don't talk shit. Okay, you guys can talk shit in the comments. That's cool. But if you do, make me laugh. Just at least make it funny. Someone like did a good one in the comments of the last video, I think. Did you see that one?
I saw that a long time ago. Possibly.
What was that for the Nethercast? I don't even remember which one it was for. I thought it was for us.
Oh no, it's been a minute.
Either way, they're right. It was a good joke, and they're like, "Hey, you guys." They made some jokes about, you know, consistency and punctuality, I think, or whatever. I'm definitely paraphrasing. It was a good one. If you guys are pissed, you know, me too. But, you know, that's our secret, Captain. We're always pissed. We talk about fighting games here too, and we'll do that. But there's a lot to talk about with video games. We have some new fighting games to talk about, some fighting games that might be happening, some fighting games that just got a Lord Raiden. We cover the correct shit first on Warrior Shrine fighting games in theory. Resident Evil 7. This game, I was just talking to Temp about it right before I hit the play button and hit the brakes hard. It's been so much fun to watch and guess what's going on with the Resident Evil 7 DLC. Now, we never had the Resident Evil podcast proper. We wanted to. We both really wanted to. I think. Wasn't that us?
I'm still fairly interested.
Yeah.
I still have very strong feelings about that game. I mostly like that game a lot.
I've got stronger feelings about RE7 than I have about most things that have happened this year. Like, the year started off so Resident Evil 7 strong, it's like, everything else after that's just a little like, it's not RE7, including Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Like, hold on, it's fine. But it's not Resident Evil 7. Without going too far into it or whatever, I think that's pretty safe to say. Have you played much MVC, Temp?
I played a lot of it. Just between you and me and our good friends here in the audience.
You mean the internet, yeah?
I really like the game a lot. I think it's really fun. I don't care about the story. For the most part, I'm over the roster. I got Mega Man X to Zero. I'm happy. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's really smart what they did with the tax system.
I will never, like, I don't have that many gripes about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and I never have. But I mean, you know, and the biggest thing that anyone can actually talk about is, you know, the fucking way it looks, the aesthetic, which I'm not saying you're wrong if you feel that way. I'm one of those weirdos. I'm in the middle. It's not fun. It's not fun to try to categorize me because I'm everything all at once. I'm fucking indecisive. Give me it all. I'm one of those few people that did not like the way Marvel vs. Capcom 3 looked. I didn't like the weird inky thing. It just, for whatever reason, it looked like, you know, they were like characters just had some kind of like skin problem, like a rash. Like, it was weird. That's not to say that I'm like, this game looks amazing! You know, there is a place in between those two, where I'm kind of living. How do you feel about it?
I can definitely say I know a lot of people said the game looked bad before it came out, but now that I've actually bought the game and seen it on a bigger screen, I promise you it looks worse. However bad you think it is, it's much worse. Thor's face is... No one mentioned Thor's face. At least I didn't see anyone mention Thor's face. But Thor's face looks so fucked up, and it looks like it's melting. And his cape doesn't touch his body. His cape just buckles and then hovers over his shoulders. It never... Black Panther's all jacked up. He's all, like, roided out for reasons.
Dude, he's massive.
It looks jacked. And once again, his cape doesn't really lay on top of his body properly. And maybe it's because his shoulders are so fucked, but just, man, this game looks awful. Like, Morgan's, like, waist to hip ratio is, like, fucking, like, some weird-ass plastic shit. It doesn't look right at all. But Mega Man looks good, and Zero looks good.
It doesn't. Now, listen, they're simple designs, like... like the kind of like weird low res, low poly, whatever thing kind of works with those two guys. Same for Sigma. You know, Sigma looks rad. I like the way Sigma. Ultron Sigma is different, but I like the way Sigma looks, and I like the way that final boss Sigma looks. Ultron Omega, whatever.
And we were trying to do like the Mega Man X. People say Mega Man X4, but I think it's not enough. You need more shit on screen, honestly. I think you really need because my favorite Sigma boss is Mega Man X3 when he has that giant like Gundam armor, and that was sexy as hell to me. I like them all, honestly. This game, there's just too much empty space on screen, so it doesn't really work for me. But it doesn't look bad. It's almost there.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, there's definitely there's like a weird. It's like an escort. You know, there's just
it's
there's just something missing. It's so cool, like, you know, it feels good, and then it's like, wait, it's fucking strippers, man, but it's good. Like, and that's what everyone said. Like, I have not heard anybody say like I played it and it's not fun. That's what I haven't heard.
It's so good that I don't even care about Dragon Ball FighterZ anymore, and I'm probably the biggest Dragon Ball fan on the Nethercast. So, well, Shadowloo, I don't want to rock. We'll raise. Okay, well, anyway, but so
okay, well, you guys all beat me.
Well, the way I see it is, it kind of looks like Ultron. Ultron Sigma in the final form looks like Ultron is riding a Sigma tractor. It looks like he's fucking on a tractor, and that tractor is Sigma. It's not 100% for me, but I don't hate it. Like, it clearly is trying to do homage to the other games, and in the cinematics, it actually doesn't look quite as bad. But like I said, when you put that shit on a normal-ass basic stage without anything else in the background, it doesn't look like a final boss to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this game actually looks best when it's, you know, when there's fighting going on. Like, during the match. Like, before the match, back the camera up. After the match, back the camera up. But, like, during the match, I feel like things, like, that's when things kind of work okay. And, which is good, because that's the important part. But it's, you know, it's when you get close and you start looking at, all the weird faces in this game. Chris's face, Captain America's face, Thor's face, like...
All the shoulders are fucked up, too. Spider-Man has, like, a fucking problem, dude. His shoulders look so messed up.
It's true. It's weird. And, like, it's obvious. Like, you look at Spider-Man, I was like, okay, they're going with the way that Spider-Man has looked in NBC games. I get it. But it's also, like, you guys look fucking weird. And I'm sure it's like it's an animation type thing. You know, they got their bones set up this way so they can do this shit easily, and it's just like, it's janky. It's janky. Actually, MKX had some of the same problems, in my opinion. Like, Kano's shoulders always weirded me out, the way they kind of sit in his poses, and whatever. Let's not talk about that. Marvel vs. Capcom is, I'm enjoying the ride. They're taking me on a ride, and I'm enjoying it. But I kind of just, like, laugh at the funny looking things, because there's a lot of them, and it's like, well, I mean, you could either bitch about it and be a bitch, or you can just fucking enjoy it because it's fucking funny. It's like you told me the fucking thing about Hulk calling Chris a boulder puncher or whatever.
Oh yes.
Like, it's like that sense of humor. It just roll it right into the development of the graphics, and enjoy it. Like, you all look like boulders punching yourself. Like, you guys look retarded, but it's okay though, because it's funny to me.
I dig it. I'm very happy with my purchase. I don't recommend it, at least not to the people I care about. I don't tell anyone to buy this game, but I
That's
really
the thing
enjoy
I've heard. Yeah, like, if someone is like, you think I should buy it? No. If you have to ask,
yeah,
you're probably not gonna have that much fun with it. Especially like if you're not like in love with fucking fighting games, like the gameplay, the that shit. Like, it's not a fun game to look at. It's not a game, you know, like, if you're not into ironic sense of humor, like, it's great because it looks shitty. Like, if you can't get around that, like, if you need stiff shit that looks amazing, I'm talking in circles. This may not be what you like. I like it. We went in a circle like 6 times. I like it. Fucking Mega Man X is in this fucking video game, and it's cool. I liked the Infinity Buster, as stupid as this shit is. Like, you know what? No, that's perfect. That's excellent. Fucking X-Guard, all that shit, I still dig it. There's a lot of ones, you know, whatever. There's a bunch of cool stages. There's some weird stages. Valconda was kind of weird, but whatever.
Another one of those, there's a lot of empty space, and it's not clear why, so... I will say this, though. In terms of tournament play, it's probably my favorite game to currently watch. I don't even watch Injustice Top 8s anymore if there's a Marvel game playing. Or Marvel Infinite, at least. God, in Marn went Team Maverick Hunters in Top 8 against Filipino champ. I mean, he got bodied, and he immediately counterpicked and replaced Mega Man X with Dante, but he initially went Team Maverick Hunters, and... God, I'm just glad that team actually is... I mean, everyone's viable. That's really what I love most about the game. It's like Marvel 3, where you had to call an assist, lock the opponent down, go for a mix-up. That was like every single team. Now there's a lot of variety. You can use the tag switching to optimize your damage, or you can go for a shorter combo and use the tag switch to set up a mix-up, or you can use the tag combo to sort of optimize screen space. So when you can kind of shorten your combo, change it to a tag, and kind of like knock them on the other side. It's very good for mobility and options. It's so much more stylistically diverse in this game than it was Marvel 3.
And I'm no fucking expert with the gameplay of this game yet. I'm still feeling it out, but I like that I just like that it's not 3 versus 3 anymore. 2 versus 2, I have a fucking stupid brain that's super slow. I prefer 1v1 because I'm just old or something. But 2v2, you know, I can dig it. And I like the like you were saying, the looseness of the format makes it feel a little more just fun. It's like at any point, okay, fine, whatever, I can just do shit and swap over here and then do shit, and then you got the fucking Infinity Stone shit, and you know, it's fun. It's fun.
I don't know. The Infinity Stones are like the one thing I'm not really warmed up to yet, because the reality gem, maybe it's balanced, but that shit isn't fun. Just putting something on screen and having to block. God, that shit it's a momentum killer. Like, all the other ones, I am fine with. I have not had a problem with time, power, space. Those have all been a blast. When I'm playing against reality, it's like once that shit's on screen, I'm not fighting the opponent anymore. I'm just trying to defuse that stupid-ass red ball. And once I do that, then I'm playing again until I have to deal with the next fucking reality ball. So it's just like, oh, God. It's just, so yeah, that's the one part of the game I'm not really 100% on yet. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
When does that DLC start dropping? Have they even said yet, like a date?
We don't have a date yet, but they did say by the end of the year. So foreseeably, we're all going to be playing Venom by December.
Oh, it's gonna be early 2018. Which means, oh god. See, I don't know. Yeah. If they, no.
I'm ready. I want Venom. Like, I can't get Venom any fucking sooner.
That's the thing. I was gonna say, like, you know, if they delay the DLC, maybe they can put some more love into it. But it's like, no. Like, fuck it. This game needs Venom and as much extra help as it can get. Black Panther, I want to see what he does, even though he's fucking swole as a motherfucker. Like, show me this shit. Sigma 2. I want these guys in the game. Now. Or fucking at launch, preferably. But that didn't happen.
I imagine, not soon, but foreseeably in the next 8 months, I believe there will be a graphic update patch. There will be a graphic overhaul patch, conceivably before June next year. Because King of Fighters did it. And if King of Fighters can do it, if a game that was made in a Chinese strip mall can fucking get a graphics upgrade, Marvel vs. Capcom they can get the graphics upgrade as well.
It's possible. Listen, I would have said I would have said it's fucking impossible for MKX to get its netcode switched out. It's like, no, you're not gonna change a netcode system mid game. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, you're not gonna fucking tear that out of a current game and replace it in that one. But they did it. Like, that fucking blew my mind. So anything's possible. And yeah, like you said, yeah, Chinese strip mall, like, the fucking shit's... It's true. it's fucking true. There's just so much shit with Japanese gaming these days, man. It fucking breaks my brain. And fucking pachinko's like, boy. And that's what NBC looks like. It's just like, this is a pachinko machine, right?
Dude, I think the pachinko machines look better. Like, have you seen the Castlevania pachinko cutscene? It looks good.
I have. And if you want, like, there's few things that can piss me off on like a Fujin level, but man, Castlevania pachinko machines is like, what is... What? Why, God? Why is... oh, okay. It's because I guess that shit makes more money than video games. I mean, they are video games, but I don't know. But you said NBC's not doing great?
In the UK, I heard it didn't chart well. Now, let me get the article out so I know exactly what that means. But Event Hubs apparently said... what the fuck did Event Hubs say? Oh my God, Event Hubs, what is going on? What are you doing to me? Don't make me control F UK.
Japan always, like, says that shit, don't they? Like, nothing ever, like, meets their sales standards because, like, their fucking standards are whack or some shit. Like, isn't that always the case?
Well, supposedly Tekken 7 doubled Street Fighter 5 sales in less than 3 months. Supposedly. I don't know how true that is, but,
Well, I mean, honestly, like, I'd hope so, because fucking Street Fighter 5 wasn't finished when it shipped. And, I mean, you know, Tekken 7 had already been out for a billion years at that point, though.
Yeah, and the Street Fighter 5 thing was kind of strange, because it's so weird to build a game around the Capcom Pro Tour, and then the whole thing was a mess, but I think we both got on record saying we don't mind that model, because that model doesn't really affect us in the long run. I don't know, how do you feel about that?
No, well, I mean, yeah, no, that's fine. And obviously, like, it wasn't not the case with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because of that leak thing that went around. Did you see that shit?
No. Well, maybe. Which leak?
It was, like a fucking insider video for the, like, the Capcom, like the esports thing, but it was an investor video. That's what it was.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't watch it, but I did hear about that, yes.
Yeah, Capcom was just like... It was a video that Capcom internally was shopping around to investors, like, hey, you know, and it kind of breaks down how the money comes and goes, you know, like, from an investor standpoint. Like, you know, for the Capcom Pro Tour, like, for example, Marvel's making this much. It comes back to them, and if you know, invest here, then, like, you'll earn this percentage off of this esports thing. And it was all, like, esports oriented and how that affects investors. And it was for NBC Infinite, so, like, that's still something that Capcom is working on, like, building that into the floor plan of, like, budgeting and stuff like that for their games. And, I mean, if that helps them make more games and works, then, yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm just not... I have no horse in the race. Like, I just want to play shit, like... I'm probably not the person they should be catering to, but to be clear, I do care about the graphics. I do want my games to look good. I guess I just didn't. I let go of that, like, that whole fucking. You know, I don't know what I'm saying. I stopped caring because I knew there was no point in caring. Let me say that. The music was a bigger disappointment. I really wanted the music to be better.
Yeah, I could see that. Or I could hear that.
No, you won't hear it, I promise you. You have to turn your shit up so loud to hear any of that shit. You will not hear it.
I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of music, but every time I hear music, it's like the same track. It feels like. It's like, oh, there's that fucking... It's the Marvel vs. Capcom piece of music that I'm always hearing when that game's on. It's the same with streams. Like, it feels like it's just one thing in the streams all the time. But, I mean, look... The game looks like a mobile game, and so it's probably going to sound like a mobile game too. Like, that probably, like, spreads around that lack of budget to all facets of development. I hope you're right. I hope they can do some kind of patch to maybe help out. But
you're right about the budget. I didn't like the remixes. Didn't sound good to me either. Like Mega Man X's theme sucks. They could have picked anything from the series, and they picked that fucking like whatever that preliminary stage from part 1. That's like the last fucking theme I wanted to hear. But
the highway.
Yes.
I mean, I guess that makes sense, like thematically, since that's kind of what the X-Guard stage is supposed to be, like a mashup of that highway stage and Asgard, but if the track's meh, then the track's meh. That's all that matters.
I would have done. There's so much shit I would have done.
Look, there's so much good shit with Mega Man X. It's like, come on, like, Jesus. There's so many good tracks to pull from. So that shit's just like a gold mine.
If I had to pick one, I would still do a preliminary stage. I would have done the preliminary stage from Mega Man X2. That is like one of the best themes of all time. Like, that is so good. And that green biker dude gets fucked up like that. Oh god, that theme is so epic.
Fuck it, man. Music was a good time for music.
It was definitely a renaissance for sure.
It was fucking, man. Then fucking, what was that? I always forget that fucking guy's name. Vile. Man, I still want him to be a character. Like, I'm not being shitty. Mega Man X is in this video game. Mega Man X and Zero and Sigma are all 3 in this video game. It's like, dude, I'm not gonna bitch, but Vile would be sick.
Dr. Light is in this game. He's actually, like, in a capsule even. Like, it's canon Mega Man X Dr. Light.
He is. It's very odd. I appreciated it. I appreciated all the Mega Man X fan service, because, I mean, that's what it was. It's like, boy, this game has not a lot going on aesthetically. So to hype it up before release, all the people can do is really look at it. So people aren't going to be looking at that Thor model and Captain America model and being like, whoa, I gotta play this shit. So what can we do? Here you go. First character you see in the announcement trailer for this game, Mega Man X. And then keep rolling that shit out. Fucking, what? Sigma? What? Dr. Light? Like, it looks like shit, but it's Mega Man X shit. You just gotta get hype about the fact that all this Mega Man X shit is in the game, and so, like, central to the whole deal.
Oh, yeah. Like, have you seen the story mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking important. Yeah, it's,
And I mean, as he should be, because, like, the main bad guy is Sigma, even though he's merged with Ultron. But it's
wish they would turn Ultron's voice down. I can barely hear Sigma, but go on, yes?
No, yeah, I agree. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing how Sigma plays. I hope he has, like, 4 animations. And if they're just, like, they're not really animations, they're, like, frames. But they do shit tons of damage. It's him and that fucking lightsaber, and it's just, like, he swings the fucking thing, and it's a pose, and he goes across the screen, like, 6 times. I'm looking forward to him. I hope he throws the cape off, too.
If for his intro, yeah, that would be sick.
He's got to throw the cape off. He's got the cape. He just needs to now get rid of the cape.
I wonder if that's like an Infinity Stone situation where they showed us a picture of the Infinity Stones and it ended up being the Easter egg shit that everyone ultimately got. I wonder.
What are you talking about?
Well, for the special edition, which is I think like $200, you can buy like the box. It comes with the Infinity Stones.
Oh.
And they basically look like eggs.
Yeah, the Infinity Eggs.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if Sigma's cape is another situation where it's like, hey, this is promotional material, and it looks nothing like that.
I hope not. That would suck. He's got a model in the game, though, like in the character viewer or whatever.
Yeah, and for the most part, other than his pants, he looks good.
Yeah. He's... I don't know how I feel about those those boots. Like, they're Mega Man X boots. They're Mega Man boots. They're huge. But it just looks fun and kind of funny whenever you make that shit not tiny sprite art, like tiny pixel art.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, his boots are fucking super HD, at least compared to, the pixel art. It's like, oh, so I don't know. Like, it feels like there's probably should be a little more going on there. I guess they do it okay with X and Zero. I mean, they're not very detailed, but they're like, At least they're like metal and they got some joints going on and shit. I don't know.
They have very cartoon proportions. Sigma is not quite the same thing. Sigma kind of looks like a fucked up crash test dummy if you don't know the Mega Man X lore. He doesn't necessarily look normal. So the boots are a little weird. The boots are a little strange, not gonna lie.
I have never thought about him looking like a crash test dummy.
Seriously?
And I'm never gonna be able to unsee it.
He fucking looks like a crash test dummy.
Oh man, you might have ruined Sigma for me. Nope, he's still cool, but boy. I mean, it's just the fucking dopey, eye slashy thingies. That's one of the only cool things. Well, the fact Eddie has funny final forms usually.
Which I dig. I hope he does that in his level 3, because God knows this game needs better level 3s. Holy shit.
It does. I mean, Mega Man X is super armor, whatever. It's okay, but I gotta stop bitching about Mega Man X shit. dude, it's in the game. It's okay. You love it because it exists.
The Ghost Rider shit really pissed me off. That's one of the few graphical things I'm still not over. Because it looks... Well, Ghost Rider's level 3 looks so good in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. It looks amazing. And they fucking, cut its balls off and made it, so much worse in this game. Hold on. This is worth YouTubing 1 second.
They can't, dude. They just, like you said, there's a Chinese mall filled with, fucking, I don't know, hungry workers, and they're like, make Marvel vs. Capcom, do it, here's $5. And that's what happened. Which, reminds me of Resident Evil 7 that we were talking about. It's full circle. Because that's sort of what they said happened with the DLC. They had outsourced it. And after how well the game did, and, people's expectations and excitement about the DLC, they're like, well, no. We're gonna take this back, and we're gonna develop the rest of it, internally. Which is rare for Capcom these days to do any development internally. And so, that's what I've heard. That's what's taking so long with the Redfield Punchy DLC.
Yeah, well, I mean, I honestly don't think they intended to make a good DLC. I think it was just a cash grab. Or, I don't know, is it supposed to be free? I can't even fucking remember now. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's free for, that might be free. Yeah, I think Chris is free for everybody. Across the board. Because that's what it said in, the, in the game. When you beat the game, that stupid screen pops up. Free DLC coming this spring, totally. But the other one's not free. End of Zoe. That's the one that's not free. And it's coming at the same time, it seems. Which, did you hear the other thing about that one? That one's made by, apparently being... headed up by one of the guys who worked on PT.
No, I did not know that, but that is very interesting.
Some juicy shit, which it sounds like juicy shit, which makes me question it, because it's that's what? What are you talking about over there? What's going on? But I mean, if it's true, then that's fucking rad. But that's what the vibe says. Chris's DLC is more actiony, and hers is more survival horror-y. And because of that, because of its more survival horror and horror shit going on, they brought in some PT dude. Which sounds exciting, and I'm sure, there are plenty of PT devs that needed a job after Konami and Kojima split.
Well, whatever it ends up being, it's going to be a Twitch channel. I'm not going to... I already sold my Resident Evil 7 to my coworker. My desk mate actually has my game, forever. I sold it. So I have to watch other people play it. So it's going to be an Air stream. So I can't really lose. If it's good, it's great. If it's not good, it's going to be funny. And that's almost better.
Yeah, it's true. The PT dude definitely made me more interested for the End of Zoe DLC. I hope that's good. And I'm also happy that there's 2 big DLC things coming for RE7. It makes me happy too, instead of just the one.
Given that this has been a success, we may see this shit for a. I mean, they may turn this shit into a platform. Like, if it somehow keeps. There's a lot of people with Resident Evil 7 in their houses right now, so I don't know. This might be a saving grace for Capcom because they're not doing good. Unfortunately, they're really struggling.
They haven't been doing good for a long time, and they're not. It's what's so crazy at RE7 because it was like super fucking good.
It's like, weird how good it is.
Did you guys know how good it was? Because you guys don't seem like you knew how good it was, which is, that's the scary thing. It's like, you guys don't, like, this is the fucking coolest shit, and it didn't get that much hype, it feels like, and obviously they're having to scramble after the fact to kind of react to people's reaction, so it's like, how did you guys not know this shit was the shit? But it's it might just be a cultural thing. I don't think RE does as well in Japan as it does here. Is that right? I think it actually does fairly well. Oh, First
God,
of all,
I have no idea, honestly.
I don't think any console games are doing great in Japan. That's what I've heard that consoles in general are just not hot shit in Japan at the moment.
I don't know how long that's going to last, though, because I feel like the mobile era is not going to be a long one. I feel, at least, of course, obviously, people are going to be using cell phones till they die, but in terms of like mobile phones as like a gaming console, I don't see that lasting. I see that being sort of a, I don't know. The demographic is going to shrink, in my opinion, but we'll see how that goes. I don't see that expanding. I don't see people being satisfied with their Angry Birds and their fucking like candy corn or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Well, I mean, I'm not worried about Western markets because we're already like, the fuck mobile, fuck you. But like in Japan, they're like, fucking, they're Japan. They have so many weird things that are not weird over there. Like dating sims are profitable. Selling dating sims to like. To girls coming out and buying these video games that are just like, which hot dude do you want to date? Like, it's like, what? They just play by their own rules over there, so I can't really predict it. But whatever they're playing these weird fucking games on, their PlayStation Vitas or I don't even fucking know. Whatever they're, and also, they have the alternative to go play pachinkos, which Konami loves. So, but if consoles keep doing badly there, or at least not as well, as poorly as it sounds like consoles are doing in Japan, it'll be interesting to see what that means for Western audiences as well, especially for Japanese developers. It's still like Capcom they have Capcom Japan and Capcom USA, but it's like all you guys got to get on board to work together and put out products. But if like the home base of Capcom being in Japan, like. Over there, it's like no one gives a fuck about console games. What does that mean for like decision making and shit like that from up top? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It's really confusing. So I wonder if that has any effect on how Resident Evil 7 might have done over there.
Japan is just so culturally interesting when it comes to business. Like, business culture is different in Japan. It's not even just, from country to countries. It's like how they operate businesses. Because they just view authority differently in Japan. So when a bad idea takes root, it's really fucking hard to get rid of it. And I've heard the same thing about mobile games in Japan, how they're kind of taking over as the norm. If that is the case, I don't know how they're making money. Because I don't see why Japan would be more susceptible to the microtransactions, which is really all mobile games got. I mean, they have ads, but I would pay $40 to take ads out of my gaming experience. I don't know. I can't speak for Japan. I don't know. The whole thing seems weird to me. I feel like there's some part of the story, and if it is true, which I'm sure there's quite a bit of credence to it, I just don't see it being sustainable. I think it's a trend. I think consoles will come back. I think they're at a low. They'll rise again once people are tired of their fucking Candy Crush. I don't know. Japan's weird.
Japan is fucking weird. I watched, it was just like a little chunk of like Maximilian watching Sony's Tokyo Game Show presentation or whatever, and it like, dude, I'm just like, the fuck is going on over there? Like, it's cool, but it's also really weird. It's like, you guys like are making money off this shit. This is doing really well over there, huh? Man, what are you guys playing this on? And, you know, there was plenty of TGS, you know, Sony's presentation. There was a lot of games talking about for the Vita. I'm like, you guys are still talking about
what?
The Vita? But they are, dude, because fucking, I guess they dig that shit over there. They like fucking mobile shit, man.
That is true. Like, Monster Hunter is one of their biggest, like, properties, and that's, I think, exclusively mobile, or not mobile, exclusively handheld. At least for, like, a decade it was or something.
But there's also just all these games that we don't have, like these genres. Like I said, like the dating sims, where you get to, like, which hot anime boy, you know, are you gonna hang out with? What was it? It was like more sort of what was that one fucking game? God damn it! What was that fucking game called? The horror game that was all fucking choose your own adventure-y?
Oh, Until Dawn. Yes, Until Dawn.
Yes, there's a lot of that sort of stuff, like feeling stuff over there. They're like visual novels or something like that. That we don't have a lot of over here as far as video gamings go, but they're all grouped in. They're all like, you know, together, like those things. So, wow, like if consoles aren't doing well, like I get it because they have all these other genres that they are into that we're not. So whatever they can play, whatever they need to play that shit on, visual novels, fucking dating sims, whatever they want to play it on, which I can't imagine you need like fucking super beefy Xbox Scorpio hardware. I shouldn't say that because the Scorpio is smaller than the PlayStations. But, you know, I'm sorry, Xbox One X.
The Xbox.
Jesus. The fucking Xbox, Microsoft Xerox. That thing is just...
I like that, it's good.
That's not a thing over there. It feels like big beefy hardware, super, we want the big cool thing that's super powerful. They're like, no, just give me my visual novels and anime dating sims.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, because I can't see Japan jumping on the 4K thing. Because in the average Japanese home, there's like a battle for space economy. You don't have a lot of square foot in just the average Japanese house. You just don't.
In Japan in general, I think.
So you're not going to have like the sound system, the fucking like, you know, 80-inch TV screen. That's not going to be a thing. Right, so they're probably not going to give a shit about 4K. I'll probably, not this year, but probably next year buy an Xbox just so I can have a 4K player. And so I can take my Xbox and put it into my fucking like 5-inch monitor that's lightless. Like that probably seems like a reasonable thing. Or I may buy a new base. I don't know. We'll see.
Man, 4K is a thing. It's I hope it's as worthwhile as television you know, companies make it sound like
it is not. Like I found
they are like, man, this shit is like 4K is built for like electronic store showroom floors, and that's about it. There's not a lot of development for 4K. There's some. There's even less like development for 4K it's at a frame rate I want to play at, because I've said it before, I'm fucking frame rate before resolution all day.
Yes.
For me. I'll happily take 720p if it's like a rock 60. Give me some frame rates, because, you know, I'm playing games. I don't want to watch games unless I'm a Twitch stream or something, but like that, but I get it too. It's a change. The changes has happened over here in the West too, where we are kind of okay with more games that you watch instead of you play. I would fucking call Horizon a game that you watch instead of play all day. It's pretty, man, to fucking look at it, as it, you know, fluctuates between 20 to sometimes 30 frames per second. But, you know, the gameplay in that is not super taxing, not super demanding. It's like, push triangle fucking hard. Okay, cool. You're awesome. You are the best champion in the world. Good triangle press. Like, it's cool. I get it. But I don't know. I want that frame rate.
I think we're going to get it too. I hope that's the whole problem with the new generation of Xbox and PlayStation Pro. It's you're buying the same console that does all the same things. The frame rate it has to be the same. Like I think contractually they can't improve that. So no one's going to play a better version of Bloodborne. Yeah,
but they have to. It has to be like an option, like a feature that you can turn on off, like Nio. Nio does it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. On PS Pro, like you have the option of 1080p 60. Okay. On PS4 regular, like you have the option of, like I think it's like maybe it's 720. It might be like 900p 60 frames per second or 1080p 30 frames per second. On the regular PlayStation. But if you have the Pro, you can do 1080p 60. But that's kind of the deal, like, it can only be an option. It can't, like, be like, no, you can't even play this video game. Like, it has to be an additional development thing on top of the base game's development, which is the thing that makes it less incentivized for developers. Because it's like, you know, we already have to make this baseline game. So, like, developing additional features for only, like, a slice of the audience on top of it makes it a little less, you know, lucratively attractive. But, yeah, that's how that shit works, and I hope there is more of that. Like, with Bloodborne getting some improvement options. I think it did. I think it got a little bit of a boost.
I did not hear 60. That. Okay, yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I still think the frame rate is super low, which is a shame because I actually played that game for the first time about like 6 or 7 months ago, and I really like it. Like, it's a lot of fun.
It's fucking pretty game too. I love it.
Oh yes, it's gorgeous.
The game just looks really good. One day I'm going to buy a PlayStation and actually play it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen before too long because there's fucking too many games coming down the pike over there that I gotta play. I gotta play that Spider-Man game. I gotta play God of War. I really want to play Bloodborne. There's a lot of games over there I gotta play.
Do you still play Injustice regularly? Because I know you were probably the most active out of all of us, which says a lot. Because I still played it before MVC came out. I played about 1 or 2 hours a week.
I did drop off. There's been a big one. I really want to go back into it. Oddly enough, I want to go back and play more Robin. That character was just like, you know, breakout fun for me. Losing wasn't fun, which is what you do most of the time. At least you did when I was playing it as Robin, but I still really like that character design. I'm going to go back and play it more. Obviously, you know, they dropped the Raiden thing, and Raiden looks good. I've always been excited for Raiden in this game, because it's like, you know, he's the most obvious pick, I think, for superhero shit, because, you know, he's fucking Thor, but Japanese, so, like, it works. It's fucking easy. His super, though, was pretty sick.
Yeah.
The fucking trailer with his super, it's like, come on, dude. You guys over there, you're just having fun now, which is good.
Yeah, it was obnoxious in a good way, but I do like the trailer. I mean, I like the super quite a bit.
That's the best way to put it. It's obnoxious in a good way. But it's like, you know, if you can't have dopey fun with this shit and just do shit that looks cool, like, yeah, it's dopey, but whatever. Fucking, you're gonna teleport him to the Sky Temple and just throw the actual MK Dragon at the dude? Why not? It sounds like.
Well, I was hoping, instead of electricity forming the MK Dragon, I was hoping it would form the phrase guest characters just as a troll, but that didn't happen. I would be into it. I would have laughed, but
I think those days are over, man. I think I think Ed Boon's tightened up a bit about that sort of thing. Because we haven't seen that in a long time, have we?
The Wens Fujin thing was the most recent one. That was in not Jackie's. Fuck. What's that? Tony Cage's daughter. Fucking can't remember her name. Cassie. That was in her Cassie's Twitter feed. That was the last one we saw anything kind of that ridiculous.
I guess that one's really buried, though. You gotta fucking look at it. Unlike Deception.
That's true.
Fucking main menu where Jesus Christ, come on. Fujin, really? In the main menu? You guys suck. Boy.
Yeah, those were good times. I don't know. I will not play as Raiden. I actually picked up Sub-Zero, and I got not great, but decent with him. I do not intend to do that with Raiden. I don't really have a desire to play him.
It's weird. Like, I've never been a big Raiden player, like, at all. But I think the character's cool just in general. So,
do you think he looks good, though? Do you think like his model looks good?
Boy. I mean, yeah. I think the model looks good. I think Jim Lee's design looks about as good as Sub-Zero's did. Actually, maybe a little bit better than Sub-Zero's did. With the gear shit, I changed all that shit with Sub-Zero, and he looks pretty dope now. Man, at some point I should just upload those videos. I've got those Warrior Shorts videos. I just got them. They're done. I just need to hit the upload button. I have a great fucking handful of those things with me and my Ice Geist. So you call him in the videos because I'm a nerd. This fucking sick monster, White Sub-Zero. Dude, White Sub-Zero, I'm never going back. I need a White Sub-Zero in every game that I play. That's just my Sub-Zero now. He's got to be white. Sounds racist. I don't mean it. Come on, man. Just, let's swap the blue for the white, and then we're good.
He's pale. I actually really like Sub-Zero's gear because I made my Sub-Zero ugly as possible, and it's a fucking masterpiece. I love my ugly-ass Sub-Zero. I play him all the time.
It's so easy to make him look hideous. That's true with a lot of characters in this game, though. Thanks to especially those shaders, it's like, I gotta fight like fucking pink Sub-Zeros. No, listen, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. That's what I'll say. That's my official statement. It's not a big deal.
Dude, if you're going online, pink Sub-Zeros are the least of your problems. There's some bad shit waiting for you online.
Oh, I know. There's purple Supermans that wreck my ass all the time. I hate... Oh, man, and now there's Bizarros, too. Boy, I hate fighting Superman.
Yeah, I do, too. I
just fucking,
don't like him either.
What, but, okay, you said you played Sub-Zero. How do you feel about Injustice version of Sub-Zero?
It's probably my favorite gameplay version of Sub-Zero to date. He has everything I want. He has the command grab. He has the clone. He has a version. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the slide. I like using the slide to get people into the corner. And I hate the fact that if someone's in the corner, I don't have the threat of slide anymore. That's really frustrating. Unless the clone's out, but then I basically broadcasted that I'm about to do a slide. So that's the one thing I'm not crazy about.
But if you're in the corner, it's pretty great. Like, if you're in the corner, it's a whole different game. It's like one wrong move that they make, and now they're in the corner.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's a great fucking like tool to check the opponent. I also really like his buttons. He's got really nice, safe buttons that do really cool shit in the corner. If you hit someone with a 2-2, that's a setup right there. They have to guess on backdash versus high-low. Just a lot of fun. I think he's really interesting. Plus, he has zoning options with the clone. I really think he's a lot of fun. The only reason I don't play him is because he's in constant competition with Starfire, Blue Beetle, and Green Lantern, who are my three mains. So,
I was really enjoying Sub-Zero before I dropped off a little bit. Like I said, I've been meaning to pick it back up for like the past, especially like 2 weeks or for whatever reason. I'm just like, I really want to play Robin. I didn't want to get back there and play Robin because there was a long time where I was after Sub-Zero came out. It was the Sub-Zero show. It was the Ice Guys show. It was fucking me and the Ice Guys versus the world, and it was cool. No pun intended. He was fun. There was a lot of interesting new shit that they did with him, and the slide was what was interesting. Like it was a change. I did like the way the slide usually works, but I also liked the way the ice ball usually worked. But I like it in this game the way that it works more, because if you're a character without a projectile, I know how that works out playing Robin. I don't want that. So Sub-Zero, like, having a projectile that damages is good. Even, like, it's not the best in the world, but, and the fact that it eats other projectiles is interesting. I feel like my execution probably holds that back a little bit. But it's really good, like, in theory, on paper, it's like, wow, this thing blows up anything? Cool. Yeah, I was having a lot of fun with Sub-Zero. A lot of fun with Sub-Zero. Man, and his gear moves, boy, like... I mean, that's what this game was all about, though. Like, nothing looks as cool as when everyone has their gear moves on, and it's just stupid, fun, crazy. Sub-Zero's, what is it? It's his clone slide.
Oh, yes.
That gear move. I've heard few things as satisfying as the sound effect that happens when he does that shit.
I haven't unlocked it, so I don't know.
When that thing fucking hits you, the sound effect is just like, oh, that felt so good. I want to hit you with it all day. I don't like using it. Like, I don't like having that thing on because it replaces your normal slide. You don't have it anymore. But it just fucking sounds so good. And the shatter and just like, yeah, okay, listen, I've dabbled in some audio work in my day. I'm a nerd. I'm just, dude, this thing sounds so cool. I know it sounds retarded. It sounds good. But NRS has always had that down, though. They have really good sound design.
People really only know, like, they don't, until they hear bad sound design, they don't know what they're missing. Like, they have to hear the shitty alternative to really know how satisfying that slide clone is. Like,
yep. And, that's one of, like, the rules of those sorts of things is, like, it's almost like if you don't notice it, then you're doing a good job. It's the times where it jumps out at you and it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's what you don't want. But, in some cases, it's like, oh, that was nice. Like, when you fucking uppercut a cyborg at MK9, come on, man. It just feels good.
Well, it makes it all warm and fuzzy and shit. I did it all the time. It was a great feeling.
Oh, man, yeah. Fucking, in Sub-Zero in this game, too. His hammer. The sound effect is so good. I just want to do it all day. It's so much, and I do. I do it all day, that hammer. Oh, man, it's so good. The EX hammer, man, it's just fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's the best Sub-Zero, in my opinion. I don't think Sub-Zero's ever been this good before. I'm still a big proponent of the variation system, and I hope Cryomancer's better than that. Not even better than this game. I hope he makes more sense. They made him this shitty footsie character and turned him into this shitty grappler. So I hope they make him like a true Rushdown character. I don't know. Maybe that's neither here nor there. Maybe MK11 is just too early to talk about. But
well, it's coming down the pike, man.
It's hard to get excited. It really is. I mean, I was like, there are moments where I'm like, oh man, MK11 sounds really cool. And then just other times, I'm just like, how I can't fucking play the fighting games. I can't play Tekken 7. I can barely play Marvel. I had to drop Injustice so I can play Marvel Infinite. There's so little time.
That is the fucking state of the genre at the moment. Too many options. It's true though. Fucking that. It's only going to get worse. There's more coming out that looks really fucking good. What was it? The EX game? That game just looks stupid fun.
Oh yeah, the Eureka game. Yeah.
Yeah. It just looks cool. It doesn't like it, and its graphics aren't amazing. They're not bad at all.
I think they look really good. Actually, I think they look very strong.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, just look at them. They're kind of whatever, but the way that they're using them, like I don't know what you call it. It's art direction is what it is. It's just like the style they're going with and the way they animate and the way they're using the assets. There's all this style and finesse that's just oozing out of the thing that feels like arcade fun. And because of that, like it works. It looks it's fucking totally sick. Some people have said that similar things about Killer Instinct, and I guess I could see what they're saying. I've always liked the way Killer Instinct looks, the new one, and like it's not like but I could get like it. There are a couple spots where it looks a little whatever, but it's also a budget game, so I can get it. That's the same with the EX game, whatever it is or is going to end up being called. I think like my point is they both look really good. I think the EX game looks really good, but I think it has more than just good assets. It's got really good style to it, and the way they're using those assets.
There's a smoothness to the movement that I really like.
Yeah. There's a smoothness. There's a Skullomania that I really like. There's just the game. It's stupid how kind of hype fun that game is. I'm really looking forward to that game. Whenever it happens, fucking, they keep saying it, and it's cool. I would do the same thing. They keep using that April Fool's joke. I hope they continue to do it until forever, because it might be the best April Fool's thing ever.
It's pretty good. I mean, there's a question of, does it really count if they actually planned on making the game? Like, if it was a proof of concept, is it still really in the April Fool's category?
I think it is just because of how dicky it is.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's like people dig, or at least I mean, I guess people over here in the West anyway, that like they're teasing fucking an EX game, you know, like Skullomania and all these fucking dudes. Like, don't tease that shit if it's not real. What are you guys doing? And we didn't know if it was real for a while. So, like, if it wasn't real, that would have been such a dick move. And it may not have been real whenever they did it. Like, who knows? It's fucking weird. But I'm glad it exists, and it looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that game. It's a lot of games.
Where's my fucking crowdfunded Shenmue? Crowdfunded Shenmue was supposed to come out already, right? Is that not a thing anymore?
No, yeah, it still exists. I don't know when it's getting released, but no, they're still talking and working on it and talking about it. Boy, and it's the same for like Bloodstain. They've been working on that game for a while, but they're still.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. What's the deal with Bloodstain?
Iga brought in like another additional development team basically to help out with it. What did he say? Like there, like a lot of. Basically, it sounded like one of the issues was just adopting the Unreal Engine and getting that set up into a way that like they can do procedurally generated stuff in some places and just like some, you know, developy type stuff. Like none of the design has changed or whatever, but it's just like expanded. And but that's what's cool about Iga that wasn't cool with Inafune, is he's been pretty transparent throughout the whole thing. So like I'm not worried about it. It still looks great. It looks better all the time. It looks better every time I see that game. It looks fun too. It looks like, I mean, it looks like a fucking Castlevania game. It looks like one of his Castlevania games. What do you want? I wish she was a little less anime looking, the main character. But it's like, what are you gonna do? Stop having Japanese influences, you Japanese dudes.
I like the anime stuff. I've seen my fair share of anime, so I'm down for it. But someone just needs to tell me when that game comes out so I can give them my money. I'm more than willing to play that shit. But
the game comes out, I think now it's supposed to be like early next year. Because he made a video about talking about they pushed it back, they delayed it a little bit, and talking about why and going through everything, probably like a little more than necessary, because I was being like, all right, okay, cool, we get it. And if I'm being like that, because I usually like hearing that shit, but if I was like that, he probably gave more than enough information. And like I said, that was not the case with My Number 9. There was nothing as transparent and open. There's nothing transparent and open about that game at all. So Iga's doing good, even though there's a delay. I'm still digging Iga, and he's always drinking booze.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
He's always drinking booze. Like I've especially since Bloodstain's come out, he's been more like doing more press and stuff. Because I guess I don't guess that's how it's been in Japanese development since forever. Like, man, back on like the NES and Super NES, they didn't have their names in the games as credits.
Really?
Yeah. Like they had like nicknames for people. Happened in the Mega Man games. You can, like, if you watch the credits, it's like not even the actual developers' names. But yeah, with the, you know, that shit happening less and then Western shit picking up, like, they get to move over and do things a little more like how we do in the West, which is, you know, credit the people that make the game. And yeah, he's been out more since Bloodstain, doing PR and whatnot, than he did at Konami. And dude, yeah, I've never seen him without either like a big glass of red wine, looking like a goth lord, or or some kind of swanky bottle of beer. It's either one of the two.
I will check that shit out because I love Symphony of the Night, and nothing has ever replicated that experience. And I'm sure all those fucking DS, Game Boy Advance Castlevanias were so much fucking fun. But I played Circle of the Moon for like, 12 minutes, and I'm like, this is not Symphony of the Night. I'm done. I never went back to that shit.
You know what's funny? You picked the one that Iga didn't make. And that was the only post Symphony of the Night Metroidvania that Iga had no involvement with whatsoever.
Is it the worst? Like, did I just play the wrong one, or?
Yeah, there's a lot of people who they didn't dig it that much. I play it and I'm like, yeah, it's all right. It does the Symphony of the Night thing. Like, it feels like it had a goal of being like Symphony of the Night, and they probably accomplished that. But it wasn't amazing, I don't think. But yeah, like Iga, you know, he worked on Symphony of the Night. He was producer or whatever he was in that game. His name is in the credits for that one because they evolved back then. Was that 97? That was 97. Man. Symphony of the Night was a while ago. Yeah, he worked on that one. He didn't work on Symphony of the Night, but then, Circle of the Moon. Right after that, though, he pretty much took over all mobile Castlevania development. And you can feel it. Yeah, those games do feel pretty Symphony of the Night-ish, although my favorite one is the last one he did, Order of Ecclesia. And that's because that game feels like the best hybrid there's ever been of the two Castlevania styles. And it's hard. It's a hard game. But yeah, it kind of like a fucking, what is it, Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest back for the NES. It kind of has that feel about it, but it has all the RPG shit from Symphony of the Night. Like weapons, different weapons for each hand, or you can dual wield them to do combos and shit. And all the other items like armor and power-ups. Order of Ecclesia is good. It's just a fucking good game. The other ones, they're not Symphony of the Night, in my opinion.
Even if they were, it begs the question, should I just go back and play Symphony of the Night for $9 on Xbox Live? Is that just a better way to go?
Yes, it is. There's no way about that. I love Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night's fucking Jesus, amazing. I wonder how many times I played through that game in a year. It's just like, one of my like go-to like unwind things. It's just the Symphony of the Night is special. Why are you gonna fucking get me talking about Castlevania? Be here all night. I love fucking this shit.
I think really we've covered. There's really just I don't want to say there's not much to talk about, but I feel like it's redundant to talk about everything right now because the only thing we haven't covered is how broke Deadshot is. Like, that's the only topic of Injustice that has any weight. I mean, there's like another Grodd fucking like glitch, but who gives a shit? Go on, yeah.
No, I just I don't know that much about it because I haven't played the game that much. I want to, and I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna fucking download the update. We're back here in MKX again before MKXL. I gotta get the download. I gotta do the patch. See what's cooking in that game. But I am excited to jump back into Injustice 2. I want to come back to it after all the butthurtness has worn off. Just a little bit of Robin getting wrecked by everyone. Like, I'm not expecting that to have changed that much. I don't even know what's going on with the patch shit for that game. So yeah, I'm excited. And I'm looking forward to it. It feels like sort of a new game to jump back into, but still not super new because I have characters I already dig waiting for me. Sub-Zero too. But I really want to go back to Robin. Robin is such a well-designed character. He just should be in Mortal Kombat. He shouldn't be in Injustice. If this was MKX, he'd be a sick character. He'd be great.
I don't know, man. I'd like to go back to it, but with Marvel Infinite, there's no room. Honestly, like the Injustice kind of era of the year is over. I'm probably not going to go back to Injustice till about January, and that's only assuming I don't jump on Dragon Ball FighterZ. So it's been a good run. I've had a lot of late night sessions playing, Red Man, Smoke Man, Cyborg and Brusk have been in and out on that. So it's been great. I love the record show. I still fucking love Injustice 2. It is such a good game. But I don't know. Like Tekken and Marvel Infinite are kind of my passions right now. So there's no space. I'll go back to it. I look forward to seeing who the final 3 DLC are. And we'll see how much I care after I see it.
I'm curious to see how he works out, Hellboy. That should be interesting.
I don't really have. I don't feel one way or another about Hellboy. Raiden and Hellboy are both kind of in the same category. They're both characters I'm probably not going to play or buy. So I just have. I don't dislike him. Hellboy's cool. I like Ron Perlman. I don't really have strong feelings one way or another though.
No, I don't either. I'm not. I have no Hellboy tattoos. I swear. But it's more just like a. Like, I want to see what they do here. Like, is he just going to talk shit? Because if so, that's cool. If that's his, like, fucking, trait, is just shit talking. You can do way worse than that. That sounds alright. I just kind of want to see how that works out. I do want to play Raiden. I want to touch Raiden. I don't have any kind of super edition where I already have these characters purchased, so I'm going to probably only buy Raiden. Just because of the cleavage.
Just to get that Swayze V going on his chest. Yeah.
Dude, Raiden is oddly sexy in this game. Like, I'm looking at him, I'm like, why are you so much sexier than you need to be, than you should be, than is appropriate?
If they give me the Lambert haircut, I'm in that. I'm done. I'll buy it.
Okay, that's a good fucking... I haven't even thought of that. If you could take the hat off...
Oh, yes. Yeah, give him like a headband or some shit like that. I'd be down.
Do we know yet? Do we know
I don't think we know yet. I think we're still a little ways away from that, but...
Yeah, probably. But see, yeah, and coming off of the game, I'd be like, no, they're not going to do... Because then they have to, like, have a whole other, like, piece of the model, the mesh for hair when he doesn't have the hat. But, you could have Sub-Zero, like, fucking all the flavors of the rainbow going on with his head. He had hair, he didn't have hair, like...
Yeah, he's got the Alec Baldwin thing going.
That was the biggest thing, and that was like when Red Hood came out, I was like, okay, they're not going to have a helmetless version of him, because then they would have to do all the lip syncing and the facial shit that they're so proud of, and if only like 25% of the people that play Red Hood are going to be playing without the helmet, is it really worth it to do all that? But Sub-Zero came out, and he usually has the mask, but you can take it off, and there's full, face mocap and the lip syncing, and they went the whole 9 yards for an extra option there. So maybe Raiden could have some fucking sick Lambert hair. That would be cool.
I'd buy it. I'd buy the character. I'd buy a gold box to see if I get it.
I want to, and I even want to see what other kind of stupid masks, unnecessary masks he's got. Because we all know it has to be a thing with Jim Lee at this point, right? Like, unnecessary masks on his Mortal Kombat designs. Boy. If Scorpion had like 6 masks on, Sub-Zero, his default, has way too many masks on. And Raiden has like an actual mask that covers half of his face. It's like, why?
It looks so random. I mean, it's...
Why?
If it was a character that I was actually requesting, I'd be way more salty, but because it's Raiden, I can be like, oh, shit, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's also like you can take that shit off, and that's why I never got too butthurt about Sub-Zero when we saw him, because he looked like a fucking Zora. I still think he did.
I had to think about that, but yes, I agree.
But, you take all that shit off, and there's some pretty good Mortal Kombat skins in there. I really like his classic skins. His gear pieces, if you can find them.
I got 2. I have the MK1 chest and the MK1 and the MK3 chest. And I think I have the MK1 garb, but I'm still working on that shit.
I do not remember what I had. I think I had both of those chests, and maybe just the MK1 mask. I think, but. Let's not talk about gear.
Yeah, gear's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, it's straight from that shit. But honestly, that's all the topics, unless the listeners want to, put in a request for something for us to talk about. Like, there's...
You guys should.
I'm down.
You guys should definitely jump on. Oh, I remember one thing I was going to fucking rant about now that it's completely... We've just blown past the topic. But, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. For some reason, I've never picked up on it like I have with MVC Infinite. Fucking like day 1, day 2, I'm watching streams, and the chats are just like, fucking switch to, whatever, the character's low tier. Fucking switch to this guy, they're higher tier character. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's fucking, like, 1 or 2 days in, and you guys are talking about who's better tier. In general, as a rule, that's fucking stupid. Don't fucking say that shit. I get pissed about fucking tier lists, 8 months into a game's life. I'm definitely gonna get pissed about it a day or 2 into the game. Like you guys, especially you guys in the fucking chat, shut the fuck up. You guys don't know shit. Second of all, that shit, don't character, this is my personal thing, but whatever. Don't character hop day 1, day 2 of the game. Because it's like, again, that's my philosophy. Like, pick a character and learn the game. If it's a game that's kind of new and you need to learn it. Like Injustice is a good example of a game you didn't have to do that. You can jump in with Batman or Superman and be familiar or whatever. But like, if you're hopping around a bunch like that early in the game, I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. Like, you're making it harder to actually learn what the game is. And also, more importantly than that, it's tiers don't matter, because it's not like you're fighting fucking Sonic Foxes all day, every day.
Sonic Fox did win CEO Otaku, by the way, in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Just throwing that out there.
No. I'm not surprised. The fucking kid is cheating, but he's it's you're not fighting Sonic Fox. You're gonna go on and fight the rest of the chat. And I don't like the rest of the chat. I promise you, they're not super high tier. Some of them are going to be good. A lot of them are not going to be good. So stick with your character, pick who you want to pick, and whoop their ass, because everyone else sucks too. That's kind of like the fun of like when the game first comes out. But man, just seeing all the people is fucking switch to Morgan. Like, no, shut up.
No one's going to have any idea what they're doing until Final Round. When Final Round comes up, we're going to have, like, a list of teams that are common, but fucking Grand Finals at SoCal Regionals was fucking Hager Nemesis versus fucking Dormammu Ultron. No one has any fucking clue. Like, Nemesis is bodying people right now.
Nemesis.
I actually think it's tight, dude. I think fucking high-tier Nemesis is awesome, but we'll see if that how many seconds that will last.
I'm just salty that he's in the game, because it's like, please pick a less relevant character to put in this game.
I would have rather had Leon, Claire, or even like Carlos would have been okay. I'm actually okay with Nemesis. It's fucking Chris Redfield I'm pissed about. Like, he's the one that drives me nuts.
I'm pissed about them both. Like, they both of them shouldn't be here. If you're gonna pick Chris, you should pick RE7 Chris. Like, at least do the thing. At least like tag up on the thing that's relevant and the thing that's successful right now. Like, people are hyped for Chris DLC, and it's been coming out for like fucking forever. You guys knew about it. Like, don't put RE5 Chris in there. What are you guys fucking doing?
If I had to pick, I would pick RE5 over RE7 Chris. RE7 Chris looks weird. I don't like it.
Well, listen, I mean, you gotta make him into a fighting game character visually.
I agree with their core point that they should put like Resident Evil 7 in Marvel Infinite, but I don't know if I would start with Chris Red. I would put in fucking like Zoe in before I put in like Resident Evil 7.
Like, I'm not saying they should have put Resident Evil 7 Chris in there. I'm saying if you're gonna use Chris, use like a new Umbrella type Chris with like, the purple umbrella thing on his shoulder, like whatever, like fucking tag up on the thing. But no, if you're gonna go Resident Evil 7, there's way better characters to pick than one that was in the game for like 20 seconds. It would be fucking sick. You could put Ethan in the game, but give him the face that he has in that like Madhouse DLC or whatever. No, Ethan Must Die image in the game, like that thing. It's just like a blacked out face, and he has like one cable eye that's glowy. Just put that in the game.
I haven't seen that yet. I am searching that now.
Yeah, it's. I think it's in the DLC menu. It's like the art for that DLC, the Ethan Must Die. Just put that in the game. He's got no face. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He looks kind of sick.
Yeah, all right, yeah, I could get behind this. Also, I saw one with Eris and looked really funny, so I also fucking that made me laugh really hard.
I liked Ethan. I'm a big fan of Ethan. I like The dude fucking gets his arm chopped off, and then... yeah, I gotta look at this. This is a bad idea for my internet, but whatever. Give me it. Yeah, yes. See?
I dig it.
That's, should definitely be a premiere skin. Man, he's got some fans that make some sick art, dude.
He does. Like, there's like a fucking Arasakuma art. It looks fucking tight.
He's got a lot of that shit. He's fucking spoils for riches over there. This shit is like IRL wall art. This looks great. Good lord. I gotta get me some of those fans. Nah, that probably involves making more podcasts. What was I talking about? Ethan. I like Ethan. Dude gets his arm chopped off it, and like 5 seconds later, he's like picking up a gun. Alright, fine. I'll fight you and I'll reload with one hand. I don't give a fuck. I like this dude. He's cool.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the new DLC shit. I don't really know what the next... I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I don't know if I'm excited for the new Resident Evil stuff. But regardless, no more games. I'm not buying any more games for, like, ever. Because I still have Skyrim in the fucking saran wrap. I still have fucking...
Skyrim.
Gosh, what else have I not played? I started Final Fantasy 15. I was having a blast. And then that shit got dropped because I went back to class. I'm in class as we speak. I'm doing web design right now. And I actually need to get back to that pretty soon. But, yeah, that killed my gaming, like, forever. So, and I have Final Fantasy 12, which I bought, remastered. Can't fucking play it, but yeah.
No, yeah, that's one of the kryptonites to fucking video games. Man, I took a hefty break from video gameage. The first time I was going to school. Long break. What was that like? I don't even remember. Probably when I graduated high school, up until the point that up until MK9. So like what, 2009ish?
Oh damn!
A decent break in there.
That's pretty serious, yeah.
Yeah, it was a chunk, but I got back in all right. Fucking MK9 was fun, and I got to play Sub-Zero, and I got to start my career of like just being drawn to the most low tier characters in the video game, and I'm still doing myself proud by picking Robin to this day. It's amazing. Nightwing wasn't that bad. He was not low tier. He wasn't amazing, but you know he was.
He wasn't like Martian Manhunter or fucking Batgirl.
No, yeah, he was not. He was nowhere near that good, but he also wasn't. He wasn't like bottom tier either.
Yeah, he wasn't a jobber by any means.
He was and boy, could you fuck people up with that guy online if they weren't like on their A games. That dude had fucking he had some dirty tricks. Oh, the dick stick! I gotta play more Mortal. I gotta play more Injustice. I forgot about the dick stick, man. But yeah, I mean that does kind of wrap up all the topics I can think of. I did the rant towards people being like, "Fucking switch to a better tier character on day 2," because it's like, shut the fuck up. You guys can't. You guys are fucking. You all suck too. That's the idea there. Like the weekend warrior vibe. Like we're not talking tournaments. We're talking casual people telling other casual people to pick higher tier characters. Like I get it, but it's also it's day 2. If you like get a character or two in NBC under your fingers and you know what you're doing, you're gonna do fine. Online, you're gonna do fine. How has your online experience been with that game?
I have not gone online yet. I am still in training mode. I am still learning setups. I have not even touched the online. I'm told it's very good, but we're looking at another 3 weeks before I even play a ranked match. I'm still nowhere near that shit.
Man, it's always fucking scary. Like the first time I did that, it was a while in Injustice 2 before I jumped online because Robin was like, "What the fuck am I doing here?"
It's tradition for me to win my first ranked match ever. There's only one game where I did not meet that tradition, but go on, yes, continue.
No, what was that? What was that game?
It might have been MKX. I know I won my first match with KI. I won my first match with MK9. It might have been Street Fighter V, actually. Because I think I actually did win my first match at MKX. I think I actually did pretty well, considerably.
Boy, I'm glad I don't remember my win loss record as far as first matches. But you know what? Thanks to you saying that, that's now I'm not going to be able to unthink about that anytime there's a new game. It's happening. It's going to be a fucking thing. I'm going to lose every single one of them? Probably not. No. There's no way I won my first ranked match with Robin. It's impossible. There's no way that happened. and I did wait a while, but still, like, even if you were pretty good with Robin, if you fucking got paired up against a Superman, dude, no, he's just gonna fly up and shoot you all day and laugh while he's doing it. Talking about justice. Man, that fucking guy's a bitch. Yeah, I guess that's all the topics I got.
Yeah, that's all I can remember.
And listen, we covered a lot of shit. Fucking Bloodstained and Japanese trends and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, RE7 DLC, The Truth and the Rumors. It's exciting. Like I'm right at this moment. I'm enjoying, like watching the video game industry as a whole, but also fighting games specifically. Like just watching how it's playing out. All the upcoming games that people are getting excited about, all the things about the games that exist right now that developers are using to get people, you know, keep their interest. Like, for whatever reason, all of this feels very entertaining. A fucking Venom is on the horizon. I gotta see how that dude looks. It's exciting. Like, even though I'm not playing a ton of anything, it still feels very interesting to me. It's interesting. It's an interesting time.
Trying, man. I'm trying to play that shit.
I've killed that word. Interesting is now dead. Yeah. If you don't have anything else, I guess that about wraps her all up.
Yeah, go buy Marvel Infinite. It's great.
It is. Yeah, it's good. Don't ask us if you should buy it because we'll say no. So just go buy it. That's the best. That's the best scenario right there.
I think that's a fantastic system.
We have at least one guest in the pipeline that's coming up. And well, we should probably try and do one of these soon. We will. I'm gonna do some homework and I'm gonna play Injustice 2 a little bit more. That way we can actually talk about the game that's sort of, you know, the podcast focus right now, because it's like, you know, it's Warrior Shrine. We're still in Warrior Shrine Season 2 here. It's the Injustice season, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's definitely some stuff possibly down the pipeline. I have Audition on my computer now, so there may be something in the works regarding, like, maybe including more of the late night King of the Hill crowd, like Ishii or Redman or Smokeman. That might be, we're toying with that. That is not confirmed.
Teases.
That is fucking like NeoGAF shit right now. Like, don't fucking take that to heart. But we're playing with that idea. We'll see if we can do some stuff like that in the future for the late night crowd. Since I'm the only one who could like reasonably stay up that late, I crash at 7 a.m. every night. So we'll see. I don't know, but maybe keep your eye open for something. I don't know how much. Like, even if we get that if that launches by some miracle, I don't know how often it's going to be. I don't know if we're ever going to do it again. So we'll see though. We're trying to see if we can kind of create more content opportunities.
No, yeah. Oh boy. And there's, like we said at the top, like, if you guys got, you know, some cheap shots at taking fucking us the content, just make it funny. Like, if you're gonna do it, that's fine. You can totally do it. Just make it funny.
Dude, there were some sick cheap shots at me. Some people were talking shit to me because I liked MKX, or because I didn't like MKX. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm cool with that. Like, we all know each other. It's cool. Like, talk shit at me. I don't mind. Fuck MKX.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I for the record, don't fuck MKX. I would rather watch MKX than Injustice 2 in tournament any day. Still true.
But go on, yes.
No, I mean, you know, it's just things happen in MKX, and in Injustice 2, people throw things at each other. That's it's a little
okay.
It's the lameness, okay? The inherent lameness with Injustice 2. Like, and we've talked about this before. I believe we've had temp talks about the definition of lame, haven't we? I imagine.
Yes, we have. I think we did. Maybe yes, we did. We did zoning. Zoning is what we did.
We definitely did zoning, and I remember maybe I just thought it, and we never actually did it.
I do that
because
a lot.
There is a difference between zoning and playing lame. And Injustice 2 is a very good example of one of those. But doesn't matter which one it is. It's still a fun game. The two are not mutually exclusive. I don't know if that was going anywhere. Oh, MKX punches people in the face, and they're just, it's more aggressive and faster. And
it's a good game.
Reason,
like, I don't like it, but it is a good game. Like, I don't think MKX is a bad game, but I don't like it nor want to play it.
Yeah, just as a spectacle, just watching people play it, like on a stream or in tournament, it's more fun for me. Unless you have like a Robin versus Cheetah, like Hayate or some shit. Those were great matches. Catwoman too, even though she's got some shitty shit in there too. Whatever. Okay, listen, that's not the point. It's cheap shots about content all day. I've got a couple, like I said earlier, of those warrior shorts that I should put up. It just sounds like I'm talking about shorts, like pants. Whatever. It's fine.
That's what I like about it. That's what makes it such a good title. I fucking dig it. That's awesome.
I gotta put them up. Like, they're sitting right here. I gotta just hit the upload button. They're done. Yeah, and the world can meet the Ice Guys, because I don't think I've uploaded a single Ice Guys video. It's gonna be fun, but there's some good matches. Okay, whatever. Sorry. We're both teasing things that are never gonna happen. These are never going to happen. And that's the shitty thing, like, you actually have to make yours. Mine's done. It's just sitting right here. I'm looking at it. I'm watching it now. And it's never gonna happen. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna put it up. They're gonna be great. Let's see. And I don't have a temp talks, so let's just do the let's talk briefly, super briefly, difference between zoning and playing and lame play.
This is nothing more than a public service announcement.
Zoning is more proactive, in my opinion. Zoning is when you're making a decision on screen, and that decision affects... You're basically trying to control space. You are proactively trying to control space by doing things. Playing lame is just conservative approach to a neutral game. Playing lame just means, if you don't have to do a shit, if your opponent's not putting you in a position where you must do something, just don't do anything. Do nothing. Do less. Being lame is just not taking risks if you don't have to. Or maybe you do have to take risks and you decide, hey, I'm not going to take risks anyway. I want to let him come to me, because even though I don't have the life lead, I don't think this dude's very patient, and I think he's going to fuck up. So, life lead or not, I want to wait for this guy to fuck up. And it is amazing how many times Justin Wong has made that happen. Justin Wong is the king of lame. It just... Like, honestly, I mean, it's really a spectacle. It's awesome what Justin Wong does with patience. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. It's in the funnel of stuff.
It is just fucking, you guys get the context clues, and be smart, and you'll figure it out. You can play lame and still be cool. It sounds confusing, but it's not. Yeah, I guess that's everything. If you don't have anything else, Temp, are you done?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, you guys, you've got your definitions. You guys should tell us terms to define. Try to keep it probably at least video game related. If you guys really need something, okay, look, I'm not gonna cut you guys off, ruin your creativity. If you guys just want to go for it, that's cool. We're glad you're listening, especially this long. A whole hour and 37. This isn't that long for us, but you know what? It's not short either. If you guys want us to define something, let us know in the below box. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.